I've always loved the open road. The solitude, the endless miles, and the hum of the engine have always been my sanctuary. But one night on Route 67 changed everything. It was a typical late-night haul, driving east on the desolate highway cutting through the backwoods. The night was pitch black, the moon obscured by thick clouds. Only my headlights pierced the darkness, revealing miles of empty road flanked by dense forest. Around 2 a.m., my radio fizzled out, replaced by static. As I reached to turn it off, a fleeting shadow darted across the road. I slammed on the brakes, my heart racing. The headlights illuminated an empty road. Nothing was there. I told myself it was just fatigue and continued driving, trying to shake off the unease. A few miles later, my CB radio crackled to life. In the remote area, I hadn't expected any communication. The voice that came through was distorted, barely understandable. Help. Me. I froze, my hand on the CB. The voice was desperate, distant. I picked up the receiver. Hello? Who's out there? Please. You have to help me. It sounded like a woman, her voice trembling. I looked at the empty road. Was someone stranded out here? Where are you? I asked. I'm on Route 67 heading east. What's your location? There was a long pause before the voice responded faintly. Behind you. I slammed on the brakes, heart pounding. I checked the side mirrors, expecting to see headlights or a figure. There was nothing but the dark highway stretching behind me. I fumbled for the receiver. Who are you? What do you want? The static grew louder, drowning out the voice. Then, with a burst of noise, the radio went dead. I considered turning back but saw something up ahead. A figure standing in the middle of the road, illuminated by my headlights. A woman, her hair hanging in front of her face. She was motionless, head bowed. I approached slowly. Her clothes were tattered, stained with dirt and blood. Her arms hung limply, gashes running down them like claw marks. I stopped a few feet from her. She didn't move, just stood there, her head bowed. I reached for the door handle but hesitated. Suddenly, she looked up. Her face was a nightmare. Hollow eye sockets oozed black ichor. Her skin was gray, stretched tight over bones, and her mouth twisted into a grotesque grin. I recoiled in horror, slamming the door shut and throwing the truck into gear. As I sped away, something slammed into the side of the trailer, nearly tipping it over. I glanced in the mirror and saw her clinging to the side, her fingers digging into the metal. I veered wildly, trying to shake her off, but she held on, her head snapping toward me with that nightmarish grin. Her mouth opened wider, dark and endless. Her presence seeped into the cab, her whispers filling my ears. Help me. Join me. Forever. I floored the gas, the truck speeding down the highway. With a final jerk, she was gone. The road ahead was clear. I didn't slow down until I saw the lights of a truck stop. I pulled in, hands trembling. Glancing in the rearview mirror, I saw deep, jagged scratches on the trailer, claw marks. I sat there, trying to steady my breathing. The whispers still echoed in my mind, and every time I closed my eyes, I saw her face, grinning, waiting. Don't stop on Route 67. Don't listen to the whispers, because once you do, you'll never escape.